Okay, good morning, all. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a very, very long time since I've actually got on um, a YouTube stream live, uh, and I'm just getting on here to check it out and see how everybody else has been. And I hope everybody's doing well. And I'm definitely. Alex, how are you doing, Rocko? How have you been, brother? Hope all has been well. Well, everything has been pretty well, for the most part. And one thing I can say is I've learned that, you know what? If I can't say anything nice, just bite my tongue. I've been going to therapy sessions. I've kind of extended my, category of people that I actually speak with. I am in the process as we speak on working on trying to get some type of legislation to pass in the state that I live in for the Stop Child Abuse in Institutions Act. I feel that that's a big, big problem that we have. And I'm a little nervous. I haven't been on here in a long time, just to be honest. But it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. At one point in time, you got to eventually, show your face again. And here I am. And I'm not going anywhere. You can say I'm this, you can say I'm that, you can say whatever you want about me. It does not affect me anymore, because I do have a God in my life now. I do have, different tactics now that I use. I don't really, and if you want to, screen record or do whatever you want to do, that's fine, because I have nothing to hide. I have absolutely nothing to hide. The past is the past, and I put it in the trash. Today's a mystery. Yesterday was what? It's history. That's it. Plain and simple. I'm not here to stroke anybody's back. I'm not here to make anybody feel any kind of way. I'm here to simply speak about a message that has been brought to me through my higher power to explain to the world that where I had what they call a manic episode at one point in time, about close to 5 months ago, I'd like to say it was. And when I had that manic episode, a lot of different things started happening. I started going crazy. I started threatening people. I started threatening the younger people. I was not in the correct state of mind to even be on a podcast or attempting a podcast. But I said, okay, I'm going to get off of here for a while, and I'm just going to, ride it out. I'm going to get a therapist. I'm going to start talking to that therapist, and I'm going to let what was truly bothering me inside, I'm going to let it out finally. And that's exactly what I did. I started researching a lot of things. I will be getting into, definitely getting into what happened to me in the foster care system, and that actually I have had contact with people in the foster care system that know exactly what I'm speaking about. And just so you know, if you send your kid, say, to a boarding school, right? Okay. You do realize that a lot of the presidential votes, a lot of the votes are forced on a child without parents, permission. So in the state alone right here, the facility I was in, there has been reports of rape. There has been reports of kids coming out, not only coming out, but coming out and saying that they were forced to vote. Because, see, if you lose a certain amount of voters, especially in a Republican state, I'm for neither or. I think the government is corrupt altogether. And you got some of these senators that will sit there and say, "Oh yeah, I want to help you," right? I want to help you. Yeah. Kids are being abused, people. Kids are being abused. And a lot of these kids are kids like myself who can't deal with reality, who can't deal with day-to-day life, who have a hard time with relationships. This is what the system did to me. The system took my mind and brainwashed me. And that's what the system continues to do. And the more we speak out about this, right? And the more louder we get about this, and the more we push, the further we're going to get. The further we're going to get to the truth. Not everything is a conspiracy. One thing that I'm learning is they use religion. If nobody out there has seen the docuseries on HBO Max, Let Us Pray, P-R-E-Y, pray, get it? Pray. You need to check it out. It is very, very impactful. It speaks about places, churches, how the IFB movement, which is the Independent Fundamentalist Baptist movement, really acts, and how they really show their true colors, and how they've gotten away with so much for so long. It's horrible. It's deplorable. It ruins people. It nearly sent me off the cliff a couple months back. So I just backed up. I'm backing up. I'm leaving everything alone. I'm not getting involved in nobody's drama. I'm not getting on anybody's podcast just so you can sit there and, bring up stuff that is old instead of let's be in the here and now, because we're too stuck in the past. Like my therapist said, being stuck in the past. If you stay stuck there, you're not going to move forward. But as long as you continue to move forward and say, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have haters. No matter what, I'm going to have haters. It's going to happen. One way or another, it's going to happen. And there's nothing I can do about that. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. And, I decided that, I was going to pop on here, but I wasn't given the time. I wasn't given a date. I wasn't given nothing. So, but hope everybody out there is doing well. Mr. Catfish 2100, awesome brother. How you doing? Hope you're well. Ghost of Shadows, okay. So how's everybody doing? Hopefully well, because I know I'm pulling through. One step at a time. One step at a time. That's it. I got quite a few podcasts coming up. I believe I have one coming up. I think not next week, but I believe, well, it's before Christmas, so I think it's a pre-record. I don't know, but I will definitely keep you all posted. As long as you respect me, right, I will respect you. And by meaning disrespect, I'm not going to jump on here and start calling people names. I'm not going to jump on here and start threatening people. I'm not going to jump on here and start saying things that I really don't mean, because it's all displaced anger that I have not worked on. Instead, I'm just not even going to get on YouTube. If I'm in a situation like that, I'm just going to move on, move out, and just clear my mind before I get on a YouTube video and start saying things that don't make any sense, you understand, or start saying things that make people feel uncomfortable, or start being hateful for no reason, and learning how to take a joke when being joked at, like that's what I got to learn. That's just plain and simple. That's what I got to learn. I've been trying to upload a video by a senator her life was actually taken. Nancy Schaefer, R.I.P. She was a Georgia senator, and she spoke about the corruption in the CPS system. And that's why she lost her seat. That's why she lost her seat. And then a couple of weeks later, after she did this speech, I believe her and her husband's life were taken. It doesn't just happen to happen, my friends. It doesn't just happen to happen. She obviously spilled the beans and let it all be known. And hey, more power to her. And you know what? More power to the people out there that are really, really fighting the system to help children. It's the most important thing. I don't want to drudge up the past. I don't want to talk about what I've said in the past. All that stuff is old news. We are on to a whole new ball game. No more Rocko Nation. No more none of that. That's all garbage. That was all me in a manic state, which I can admit now. Before, I wouldn't have been able to admit that. And I wasn't getting the proper help that I needed. I was sitting in front of a laptop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, practically, just blabbing off at the camera for no apparent reason. But now there's a cause and there's a problem, but there's also a solution to that problem. And that is taking away, state by state, their funding for these group homes and these boarding schools that these parents are allowing their children to be legally kidnapped and taken to these facilities. That's horrible. That's horrendous. Can you imagine your parents standing in the living room while two older men or older women, depending on if it's a male or a female? Can you imagine that? And you looking at your parents and them saying, well, we're sorry, we had no choice. We had to send you away because you were what? Bored. Or, you need to learn this. And it's a really sad situation. And that's where my mind is, right? That's where I am now. I'm at that point where it's either this or I'm not getting involved. I'm not. I'm just simply gonna kick back, watch and see, how this goes, and just keep it cool, calm, and collected when I come on here, and speak about the truth, speak about current events, speak about protests that are coming up, speak about different things that, if you're interested in, knowing what this type of stuff causes with PTSD, also complex post-traumatic stress disorder. There's so many different things that when you're a child and you've been put through that type of treatment, either being overly medicated, some kids have been beaten, locked in rooms, restrained for hours at a time. Everybody has a different story, but why abuse? Why abuse like that? That's what I want to know. Why? What do you benefit from that? What do you truly benefit from that? You don't benefit nothing from that. That is just job security. That's all in the foster care system, job security. Forget about helping and getting the family back together and, reuniting the family. No, let's just divide the family so we can continue to eat off of his money or her money, and then the parents got to go through all these programs. And then sometimes those parents will go through program and then they'll be told they got to go through another program and then another program, and it continues. And sometimes these kids don't come out until they're in their late 20s, 21 years old. It's disgusting. And when they get out, sometimes at like 18, when they get out, they don't have family because they've been brainwashed against their own family. And that's what happened to me. They told me my mother hated me. They told me that I was never going to be, back with my family. They tried to adopt me out when I already had family that wanted to take me. So there's that cash cow. There's that, I'm gonna get that money. Your child becomes merchandise. Your child becomes merchandise. Hence, cash for kids. And all this money that's being funneled in, and all these people people wake up and realize what you are, who you're helping before you give these people money. These people don't need your money. It's extra money for them, so they can abuse more. What we need is more oversight, is exactly what we need. We need more oversight, and not the type of stuff that goes on. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. You can go right now, type in Circle of Hope, Girls Ranch, Missouri, and the stories you're going to hear about this place are going to just gore you out. You're going to be like, why would anybody send their kid to just some random person? Why? What is the sense in that? What is the sense in that? And they lie and they say they're this and they say they're that, and meanwhile they're just there to abuse your kid. They get joy out of that. They get a lot of joy out of that. A lot. And it disgusts me. It makes me feel sick inside. And but yeah, look, I'm not going to stay on here much longer. I'm probably just going to jump off here now, and maybe I'll be back later. I don't know. Depends on what, if there's anything to talk about. Because if there ain't nothing to talk about, there ain't no reason for me to be on here. I'll talk to you all later.
I don't know if you guys can also hear that